Inside Love Addicts, we talk a lot about self care and self love. Self care to me used to be quite a straightforward concept. I take care of myself, I take care of my basic needs, I groom myself, I maybe have a warm bath every once in a while, I might get my nails done every once in a while, I'll watch a movie and relax, I will give myself some space to rest. And that is all. That was what self care was to me. Maybe some exercise, maybe some meditation. But I wasn't consistent in my self care. Self love was a concept that completely eluded me. I did not know what it meant to love myself, and I didn't know how to love myself. What I love about Love Addicts is that they don't tell you what to do or how to do it. They guide you through exercises where you can explore what things mean to you and what works for you. So eventually, I realized that self care was a lot more basic for me than I imagined. I don't need to get my nails done. I don't need to go to the gym every day. I definitely don't need to Netflix and chill. The basic elements of self care for me, I now realize because of all these exercises that I did inside Love Addicts, are these. First one, sleep. I had never realized how important sleep is to me. A good night of sleep, and if I don't get a good night of sleep, to have the ability to take it easy the next day, and if I'm home, even have a nap. I am someone who would never have naps. And when I did, I would feel so guilty, but not anymore. Now I know that sometimes I need sleep. Sometimes I need a nap. Sometimes I need more hours of sleep. And other times I just need a few hours of being quiet, of hiding away under the duvet and letting my mind and my body rest. And that is okay. It's okay to need to rest and it's okay to need to sleep. Another really big thing that I discovered about myself is that I love hugs. But sometimes we don't come across anyone that we can hug. Sometimes we don't have anyone in our lives that we want to hug. But what I came to realize is that I need to hug myself, and I love hugging myself. And this is what I do. I like to open my arms wide and then close in a big, big hug. And this, to me, just feels so good and so comforting. It also makes me take these deep breaths. And it feels so good taking these breaths while I'm hugging myself. This makes me feel so, so safe, which is not something that I feel often. Another thing that I like to do is to bring my hand to my chest and breathe. Breathe a little bit more. You can never do enough breathing. But when I bring my hand to my chest, I remind myself that I am here for me, that I am looking out for myself. What are my needs right now? I sometimes ask. Not what the right thing to do is, not what I should do, not what I have to do. What is the right thing for me right now? This makes me feel really supported, and it brings me back to the present. Usually, after I put my hand to my chest, and sometimes I give myself a little cuddle, I can then think more clearly about what it is that I need in that moment. And then I can go and give myself that thing. Or at least, if I can't, at that very moment, meet my needs, I can at least become aware of them so I can meet those needs at another time. And the last thing that I'm learning, which is part of my self care toolbox, is to take time to process things. So, as I go through the video courses that they offer inside of Love Addicts, I no longer rush through those videos. I watch them. I watch them again if I need to. And then I just take time in between each video instead of rushing to the next one. Because what I now realize is that my mind, my conscious mind, but also my subconscious mind needs time to process information. And how beautiful is that to give yourself the time to receive information, process it, and then check how it feels. How does that feel in your body? How does that feel in contrast to your normal points of view, to the values that you carry, to the core beliefs that you carry? What does that change in you? More than just receiving information, I now try to understand how it changes me, how it impacts me, what resonates and what doesn't, how it feels in my body. And I have taken this to other areas of my life. I am studying a lot now, and I am a lot easier on myself when I'm taking in the content of what I am studying. I no longer rush through my lessons in an effort to just finish the tasks that are assigned to me. I no longer try to understand concepts so I can impress my tutors or one day impress an employer or so I can get the job that I want. Those are no longer my goals when I'm studying. Now, when I study, I am there for myself and I like to observe how I feel while I'm learning something. Is this something that makes me feel excited and good? Or am I feeling frustration? Am I even feeling anger? Because sometimes when we're trying to grasp a concept, but we don't quite understand it, it is so easy to all of a sudden feel anger. And when I come in contact with all those feelings, I can then talk to myself and understand where they're coming from. So if I'm feeling frustrated while I'm studying, I can then access if maybe I'm just tired, or maybe I'm hungry, or maybe even though I do like the subject that I'm studying, I just want to be doing something else right now. Or maybe I'm preoccupied because even though I am there studying, which is such a good thing to do, there is something else happening in my life that is pulling my attention. And just becoming aware of what is happening to me in that moment, I can then talk to myself, support myself, make myself feel safe, take a deep breath, give myself what I need so I can keep going. That is now how I process things. That is now how I find joy in the things that I do. So, self care to me these days means making myself feel safe with a hug, supporting myself by placing my hand on my chest and being present, and allowing myself to process my feelings at any given moment. Now, this doesn't have to take long. All of this can take a few seconds, less than a minute, but you will feel supported and loved by yourself, who is someone that you can always count on. And that, to me, these days is what true self care is.